Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how to make a step card. When I first made these last July I had a bit of a problem with stability. When I stood them up they kept falling over, but I think I've remedied that. These now really do stay up really nice and firmly. So I'd like to show you my way of doing these. So first of all I'm going to show you the card pieces, aren't I? You need a piece of cardstock that measures 12 by 4.5 inches. I'm using Perfect Plum. You need another piece that's 4.5 by 3.5. A piece of Whisper White that measures 1 3/8 by 4 3/8. You need 15 Whisper White squares that are 1 3/8 square, and 15 pieces of your choice of DSP that measure 1 1/4 inches square. You also need some Whisper White to do the butterflies and the sentiment. So the first thing I need to do is the scoring. So if I can just get my scoreboard in front here. To start off with, if you put the cardstock horizontally, and you need to score at every 1.5 inches. So that's 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, and 10.5. Turn it sideways and score at 1.5 and 3. Then with the other piece you need to put it in vertically and score at 1, let me double check this, yes, 1 and 2.5. There we go, that's all the scoring we need to do. Now I need to follow my template, which tells me which bits I need to remove and which bits cut, which pieces fold. So we're going to start with this piece first, and I think it's probably easier to do all the folds first. It gets a little bit more tricky once you've got some pieces that have been cut, some pieces that haven't, and then you've got the bits that have got gaps in them. So I definitely recommend doing this bit first. Right, there we go, that's that. So the pieces that I've got to remove, if I have a pencil here, yes, it's you count 2 in and then you remove the next 3 and the one above in the centre. So I'm going to do that, if I can find my scissors. Right. So, up that one. Up that one, and because it's difficult to get in and go sideways, what I do is I cut up this one and then that one, so when I need to cut this piece off I've only got that little part to worry about. And then that one, so this is the only difficult bit really, because you've got this in the way. It's a bit difficult to get your scissors in there. I'll just cut that off first of all, and then it's quite easy to go in and just tidy that up. There we go. So that's scraps, we don't need that. So the next ones, I need to cut some lines, and it's going to be this line here, here, and the corresponding lines on the opposite side. So let's get those done. Right, so what we need to do next is, this is going to be going together, it should be like that, shouldn't it? That's right. So this piece here is going to go like that. We need the insert, which is what's going to hold it in place, and that's where the stability problem came in. But before we get that far, what we're going to do is, this is going to be the back, so that when these get glued over, you want to have those two bits coming towards you. So these are the two that you want to put the glue on. Okay, so it's the two that are on the side that's got the most squares on, not the one that's got 5 squares. This has got 7 squares, so it's these two that need the glue, and it is easier to use wet glue for this. You have to be very careful not to get the wet glue on the inside, because this card will fold flat to get into an envelope. Okay, so that comes up like that. Fold that on there, and then fold that one onto there, and there's our basic shape done. Now with the other piece of our cardstock, we need to fold those two, and this is what's going to go onto the base, and it's going to be in here. The original one that I had said you just needed a piece that's 1 inch long, do it 1/2 inch, and that would be what holds this together, but I found it was nowhere near enough. So the best way of doing this, I think, is I'm going to use red sticky strip to start off with. Let's put that with the, what I'm going to call the right side facing me. I'm going to put a piece on there. I'm going to put another piece right at the corner there. I need to trim that little piece off. I've gone over the edge there. Ooh. Let's just stick that on my template. Okay, so I've got those two. I'm going to do 2 more. Again, one near the crease on that side, and one on the crease that side. In fact, it's 3 pieces, because I'm going to put one in the middle as well. As you can see, I was determined that my new design is not going to go walkabouts anywhere. Right, okay. Now, take that one first, and that one. Now, just remind myself how I'm doing this, otherwise I'm going to get myself in a real 2 and 8. So the base is going to lay on the base there. I wonder if I can hold this up to show you. This one here is going to be the base, and I've got to get my base in like that. So, can I do it holding it upwards? Yes. Yep, that piece is on. So if I can now take off these red backing pieces from my red sticky strip there. Of course, it's going to play hard to get now, isn't it? That's one. And let's get that over there, otherwise that's going to get stuck down where I don't want it to be. Is that one? And that one. Okay. So we can now get that one stuck on the base. And there is no easy way to suggest how we do this. Although I would prefer to use red sticky strip on here, I'm not brave enough. At least with the wet glue I get a bit of time for moving it around. If you're very confident with the red sticky strip, maybe you could do it. Whatever you feel happiest with. Okay, so now I'm going to put that on there. There we go. So once that's over, oops. So you can see how it's going to fold to go into an envelope. That's a little bit scruffy at the end bit there. That's better. Okay, so what we need to do now, if you can see, that's really quite sturdy, isn't it? That's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so with your squares, you need to mount those onto there, which obviously I've already done beforehand. And then we need to stick them onto here. That's the back, remember, because that's got all our seams on it. In fact, it means this time I've done it the other way round, but that's fine. All my other cards I've done the other way. And I think for quickness I'm going to use Tombow for these as well. Do 3 at a time. Although it dries quite quickly, it won't dry that quickly. If you have a directional pattern like mine, do make sure they all go the same way, or if you decide you want to alternate them or do some kind of a pattern with them, you know, at least just make sure that they go the direction you want them to go. I hope that makes sense. I know what I mean. Let's do 3 more. You don't actually have to do the back of this. I do. I just think it makes it look a little bit more finished off. Okay. I'm going to do the top ones, but I'm going to leave the back ones because it's just time consuming to make you watch me do that, and it doesn't make any difference to the design. Okay, so that's those. So I should have 6 left over. I'll do those later. 2, 4, 6, yes. That's fine. Again, I'll pay attention to which way my stripes are going. You may be wondering to yourself, now where are you going to write your greeting on the card? And the answer to that is, that's what this piece is for, and we're going to stick it on the bottom so you'll be able to write your greeting down there. So I'm going to put that on with snail. It also gives it another little bit of stability there too. Okay, so that is your step card. Okay, so nice and easy. As I say, you don't need to do that bit if you don't want to. I do. Right, now to decorate it, I use the Papillon Potpourri. Let's bring that back again now that, and I'm going to do mine this way round this time. And I'm going to change the butterflies that I'm doing. Last time I used the flowery one, the big flowery one and the little flowery one. And now I'm going to use the one that I consider to be the more formal ones. And I'm using Perfect Plum ink. I want 3 of these. In fact, I probably haven't bought over enough cardstock for myself. I wonder how easy it is to get to that. So that's 3 of those. Let's get another piece of cardstock here. Don't chance your luck, otherwise you'll finish up spoiling everything. Right, bear with me. Oh, it's not that far away. There we go. Right, let's move back again without knocking the camera flying. Right, let's do 2 more little ones. And the sentiment I'm using is Happy Birthday from the Itty Bitty Banners set, which is on the retirement list. So if you do want to get this one, you must order soon. There is also a set of dies that goes with this, but But I think that with the design like that, it's so easy. It doesn't take long to cut it out. Then I'm punching out my butterflies using the appropriate punches. I can't think what they're called offhand, but I will make sure that the names are up on the screen for you. Right, that's the 3 big ones, and then the 3 small ones. And this is the other one. And just cut this out, and I'm going to cut it out so that I leave a small edge of white. There we go. So just need to put all of this together. Now if you've seen me do butterflies before, you know that I fold these so that I get a little ridge, a little flat bit at the bottom there, so that I got room to put my glue on it. I'm going to do that to the big butterflies and the little butterflies. Right, that's those. I'll have a little bit of wet glue down the body. Go very easy with that. Otherwise, when you put the little butterfly on top, it all squidges out and it will stick the wings down, the little wings down, and really don't want that. I love the way these butterflies layer together. I didn't know whether I was off camera there or not. I know that I was working my way to the edge of my grid paper. That's that one. That one. And number 3. Once I've finished this, I will show you 5 others that I'd made last year, but I hadn't done anything with them because, as I say, I had a stability problem with them, and I didn't feel that I could use them. But I've amended all of them now, so... Right, use some pearls for their bodies. One, 2, 3. And then I think I glued these on, didn't I? I think there's enough dimension with the butterflies themselves without having to put more on by using dimensionals with them. So that's... Oop, lost its body. Well, the pearl's on its body anyway. That's 1. 2. 3. Just leave that be resting there to dry, and then I'm going to use dimensionals to put my birthday banner on. And I am working around my little edge bits now. Is that too big to go on sideways? I think so. Pop that back for later. There's that one. And that one. There we go, that's better. It's a nice straight line. There we go. There's today's card. And that is the one that I did previously. That's the first one that I did with my new stability feature to it. So if I can just show the other ones. This is one that I can't remember the names of the papers, but I know that's the Petite Petals, and that's the Tag Talk. There was another yellow one I did, and these were little plastic buttons that we had, and I put some yellow cardstock underneath, and I've used the in fact this wasn't a Stampin' Up product, that I didn't have yellow baker's twine. This is another one in Blackberry Bliss, again using the flowers from Petite Petals. And an orange one. This was Tangerine Tango. Again, same design as these, just moved the oh no, that's a different birthday one. That's not Tag Talk. Can't think what that one is. And then this one as well. My favourite colour, this one, Lost Lagoon. So, I hope you like these. They are easy to make, a bit fiddly to start off with. But they are a lot of fun, and it's something different to send somebody. As I say, they do fold up flat to go into an envelope, but I think you do need to make your own envelope. But if you've got the envelope punch board, that's no problem at all. If you haven't, maybe you'd like to order one. Anyway, many thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please contact me, because I will be more than happy to help you. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button. If you'd like to buy any of the products that I've used here and the envelope punch board, which I haven't, which you might need, please visit my 24 online Stampin' Up shop. I'll put the link on the screen for you. And many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.